Answers. This program is sponsored by Loretta Brown and Reiki Oasis.
Good morning, and welcome to the original Loretta Brown Show. Radio to open the heart, heal the soul, and awaken the consciousness.
She emerges from the fog.
I do feel like that. I want like backlighting. You know how they come up on stage and it's like, you know, like.
Now, I can only provide so much.
Okay. But that's
So
still
if you're looking
good.
for some backlighting. I can talk to some people.
Okay, with
You
the
might be
rays of light
Yeah.
coming out.
Okay. I just need a little more advance notice.
I know.
You might be able. It's just me down on the floor with like a flashlight behind you, like shining. That'd be
I
cheap
love,
and easy.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. Years ago, I read this book when I was on holiday, and it was about a woman who took pictures of food, and it went into great detail of what they did to make the food look really good. You know.
Oh, I've seen that. Mm-hmm. It's like staging, right?
Yeah, like
so
staging.
You just said that. Taking let's say a pizza commercial, right? Mm-hmm. And they actually, I've seen this one where they literally take a drill and they drill the pizza down to a board.
Yeah.
So when you try to take the solo piece out, when they pull it away from the camera shot, and then they use like a heat gun to heat up the cheese.
Yep.
Just before they do the shot.
Yep.
That's like all the behind the scenes. It makes you really want to eat pizza right now, but it's pretty cool. I didn't know all that went
You
into.
can have pizza for breakfast.
You can have pizza, I think, whenever you
can have
want.
cake for breakfast too. It's
This
like
is true.
you know.
Not much of a sweet guy.
No, me neither.
I'm a
salt-
savory. Yeah,
Yeah,
salt
I'm a
and savory.
salty, savory.
I'm with
girl.
you. High five.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. Yep. It's because we're both 11s. That's what it is.
Yes, that's my
numerology.
magical
Got to be
favorite
part
number.
of it. Yeah.
Favorite number.
Yeah, but one of the things I remember, because Thanksgiving's coming up, is she was talking about taking pictures of like the perfect turkey dinner.
Oh, right.
And they took a blowtorch to the outside of
See?
the turkey,
To make
and the thing's basically raw.
That perfectly golden brown that
Mm-hmm.
it never, ever, I've never seen at anyone's house it be perfect.
Nope.
It's either not done enough or overdone or on its way to be in either one of those.
Yeah, or sometimes
I mean, it's
'cause
still good,
People
but-
deep fry their turkeys sometimes.
There are a lot of
which is
accidents with that. Be
scary.
careful out there.
Yeah.
Outside, folks, do that one outside, I believe.
Seriously scary.
Mm-hmm.
And then some people put them in those turkey cooker things and cook them until it's fallen off the bones.
Oh, like a smoker.
Yeah, like
now
a
that's
smoker.
good.
That's really good.
Like you have to really be careful, like to use more than one hand to help get it out because it will fall all the way apart. It's that moist and delicious.
Yeah, so don't do that if you're planning on displaying the turkey in the middle of the table.
I'm so hungry right now.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, guess what, everybody listening? It's been a long, long time since I've had an open mic day. And what is an open mic day? That's where all of you are my guests, and Benny has to work extra hard.
I dusted off the phone.
Did you?
It's for everyone right now. I dusted
Awesome.
it off. It's good to go.
I love that.
Just be patient because I'm working alone.
Yeah. So be patient if you call in, and
Yeah.
you might be on hold for a while, and that's just fine. And so why would you call in? Because I'm going to either answer a question for you or bring you a message from your guides and angels. I do work as a channel and as a psychic. It's part of what I do over at Reiki Oasis, as well as Reiki and healing. And, I am what's called a lifelong learner. And so I have these natural abilities, and then I just have to study things all the time. It's kind of silly, but it makes me happy. So, like psychology, and I have a degree in clinical hypnotherapy, so I do a lot of behavior modifications, and I am a registered counselor for the state of Washington. So, guess what? We're like what do you call that when you go one place and you get everything? Full service Reiki Oasis.
Just like this show. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like this show.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you want to call in and you'd like a little mini reading, or you have a question, the guides always like it if you actually have a question. I'm going to tell you, you can call in and say, do they have a message for me today? And more than often, your guides will tell you how much they love you and what a good job you're doing. I've never actually had guides say, wow, you're really messed up, give it up. They just don't talk like that. So if you want to call into the show, the number is 425-373-5527. or you can call 1-888-298-5569, and the lines are going to be open the whole show. And in between that, I'm just going to do a lot of yakking, and I'll probably yak about Reiki Oasis and astrology, and who knows? It just depends on how much time I have and how many people call in. So don't be afraid to call in. This is, like I said, I don't do this very often, so you're probably not used to it. But we are here, and I'm more than happy to answer some questions for you from the other side. Might just help. So 425-373
And look at that.
5527. 1-888-298-5569. Yeah, Betty's headed off to the lines. And I got to tell you, I can't believe we're in November. You know, I went to Tibet for 3 weeks, and I lost a month, basically, because by the time you get back home, you're just sort of worn out, and you sleep a lot. And then we had the time change, and I have to tell you, I'm one of those people that wish we just kept the time the same all year round. But I also know that this can help us get up a little earlier in the morning. And, of course, it gets dark really early, so make sure you're taking your vitamin D and you're diffusing your citrus essential oils and you're loving yourself, and do some exercise to get your energy moving. I think one of the worst things we can do in the winter is hole up and go into our little cave like that hibernating bear. And what do? We get sleepier and sleepier. The more you lay around, the more you want to lay around, and so forth. So anyway, if you're calling in, please stay there until we get you answered. There's a bunch of ringing going on. I also have some events coming up. Saturday, November 16th, is my monthly class for women called Temple of the Divine Feminine, and I have changed the format to where we are doing a lot of healing work. We're doing a lot of what's called circles. And I'm basically helping everyone that comes activate their own natural healing abilities and step into their roles as, I'm going to call us women healers. I think that everyone carries the natural ability for healing, but this is very specific work. It's lovely work. I think I had 12 people last month, and if you want to come, sign up at schedule.reikioasis.com. If you have questions about it, send me an email. Send it to Loretta Brown, send it to reikioasis@gmail.com. I'm also, every year, at the end of the year, I do what's called a prayer bundle or despacho, and this is a Peruvian shamanic tradition that I was initiated into. And these are powerful. This is a time to come and do a circle and get rid of all of that stuff that happened this year that you're like, what was that? And I'm so done with that. And set your intentions for what you want to bring in next year. And this is going to be powerful and potent because we are headed through some very strong astrological events between now and the end of January.
Ugh,
I know.
thanks.
I know. It's all about transformation.
Oh, so there's a bright side.
It is.
Okay, good.
It is, but it's one of those things like, you know, Scorpio's kind of like pulling the skin off, like shedding the skin.
Uh-huh.
It just depends on how sticky it is.
Okay.
Yeah. As to whether it's easy.
Like you're sanding down something.
Yeah. It's
A little
like
rough
that.
at first.
A little rough.
Put a little grit on there.
Yeah.
Smooths it all out.
Yeah. If you ever
All right,
fell
that's
and
good.
skinned your knee, that's not the way we want to remove our skin. Right?
No. No, we do not.
No, we do not. We want to take it off like an old garment and say,
I don't
"Ooh."
think I want to take my skin off at all, period. I'm just like trying to, I think I'm good. But I see your analogy. I'm going with it. I get it.
Yeah. So if you want to come to the end of the year prayer bundles, or also called despachos, go to schedule.reikioasis.com. I'm offering it 2 evenings, Thursday, December 26th, or Friday, December 27th at 7 in the evening. And you just sign up for one of those nights. You don't need to come both nights unless you just feel like you really have a lot to get rid of and
Yeah.
you need to come 2 nights in a row. Space is limited, and these do take place at Reiki Oasis. So when they fill up, that's all the space I have. I can't push the wall out at this point and get you to come in. So
Well, you're dealing with a fire code issue at that point.
I
So
am.
let's just keep it safe.
yeah, the fire code, and I don't want anyone to be dangerous. No, that's
Perfectly
right.
safe.
Okay, so we've got some callers.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, it's open mic day. And so who do we have?
Yeah, and if you'd like to join us, we have an open line. So it's 888-298-5569. Conveniently spells out KKNW. 888-298-5569. And let's start things off with Kathy. She's calling in from Bellevue. Hi, Kathy.
Hi there.
Hi, good morning, Kathy. How are you?
Well, I wish I could say terrific, but it's not been a great year, more or less, and with lots of things going on, medical things, and so I have a couple questions. I found an incredible cruise that I booked. I booked in January, and I'm a former travel agent myself, a cruise specialist, and I thought I have never seen anything like this. This itinerary is incredible, and I had not been familiar with it anyway. So I'm kind of, it's still a few months away. May 1, it's an Asia cruise. It's incredible itinerary, 18 nights. And because I haven't felt that great this year, right now, should tell you that I was diagnosed with a hospital stay February of about 4 nights with a serious heart condition.
Yeah.
And right now I've been having 2 months of basically 2 months of bad back and thigh pain, and then after the 2 weeks after I did the hospital stay, I had a bad fall, but I survived that okay. And I really think that I should go in some ways. I like to go, but I have some questions, and I wondered if you could give me a little reading about this.
Yeah, absolutely. First thing I'll say, and I'm chuckling, you should just go to Egypt with me in February.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I've never been there. I've been halfway around the world.
Yeah, I'm inviting you, but teasing you at the same time.
Are you really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I never had an interest in Egypt. A friend of mine, another agent friend of mine, did that, and she loved it. And I've never been to I have no interest in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway, our Egypt trip is always healing, is my point. So let me get to you. And by the way, excuse me for putting a commercial into your reading, and then I'll get right to it. I apologize.
Okay, sure.
I do take people to Egypt. It's a small group. We're going February 19 to March 4. I only take 12 people. We'll be on a private yacht. It's top-notch the whole way, and it's spiritual. So people listening, if you want to go, send me an email, reikioasis@gmail.com. I'll send you the itinerary. Now, Kathy, let's get to you, and thank you for letting me do that. First things first, your guides are very, very clear that you've got either a leak or a partial blockage at your second chakra. You've got orange energy all around you, and it looks a little angry. I think there's something going on with the roots also. So your kidneys, your renals are a little bit, they're depleted. So you look to me like you're a little bit on overdrive. And your guides and angels are coming in very close while I'm talking to you, but they really think that you are being asked to take care of your own personal health in kind of a big way. So when we're having heart issues and we're having generalized, I'm going to use a word malaise that I don't often use, right? The guides are saying that there is you need to fill yourself up with love, self-love, and self-care. And they're also saying that you are one of them going through these transitions that I was alluding to a moment ago. Everybody is being given an opportunity, especially my light worker people, which you are. You're a strong empath, and the deal with this energy right now is it really is saying, what can you let go of that you just don't need to do anymore? How, in other words, what have you been doing to define yourself? What self-talk have you been going through that is not serving you anymore? And it's time to let it go and change that internal talk. So the feeding of the heart, what brings you joy? You need joy, honey.
Right, exactly. And I had 2 major scary situations about 3 days apart. I had a major birthday, 22nd of October, actually, and I'm 78, by the way.
Congratulations.
Woo! Really?
Woo-hoo! Awesome.
I guess so.
You're doing great for 78. Awesome.
What's that?
You're doing great for 78, they
Well,
say.
I've got great mental energy. I'm a different than than a lot of typical 78s. You know, I don't have a previous marriage. I don't have children. I have.
Congratulations. No.
Yeah, well, you know,
Might be
I
for
did
some.
go visit my. No, I am a great aunt, though. I'm a great aunt. You know, from my sister's 2 children and her grandchildren, and I actually did 6 months of children's cooking classes a few years ago. I loved it. I know I could do it again. I have talent. I want to tell you that the emotional situation that came up started about just recently here on 20.
Yes.
Let me see here,
Yes.
25th of October.
Right.
Anyway, so I was talking to this high school friend of mine, and she's giving me a lot of advice. But she also, during the years that I've known her from high school, that she doesn't even realize this, but you know, she's been rather abusive to me, and
Yes.
not even apologizing, because I don't think she understands herself. But anyway, so she was going on and on, ranting on about this one area she knows pretty well, and I don't. And I kind of, well, I hate to say it, but I sort of hang up on her. I did hang up on her, but I kind of wrote her a letter, and I said, it's true on my telephone. If you rub your head on a Panasonic model that I have, if your head goes to the top of the letter, you can disconnect a call.
So
and my head did move around because she went on, and this is her style.
yeah. So
And anyway, so I wrote her a note, and I thought, and then she called back after the call, and she said, take my name off your list. Well, you know, it's kind of like I have a term for this kind of friendship, like the tiptoe friendship, I think.
Yeah.
And she's the second person now, and I just had this idea last night or this morning about an idea that I would bring this friend with me. I would have the florist with me, and my friend would go over to her house. The florist would give her the flowers. My friend and I would be there, and you know, I remember several times saying, you know, I want to come over. She only wants a telephone friendship. Apparently, she doesn't want to drive over to downtown Bellevue.
Kathy, I'm just going to cut in merely because of our time, and I've got people holding. But I want to say something, because you bring up something so good. This is such a great statement, and many people out there right now are going through what I call the death or the reconstruction of long-term relationships. And this sort of tiptoeing around thing, this sort of like, I've got one finger into the relationship, but the rest of me is out there, and or this sort of thing where we've discovered that people we think were longtime friends were not really our friends, right? This is part of this shedding of the skin and the old way of being. And when we've got to always remember there's 2 people in a relationship. There's us and there's the other. And the other person has stuff going on too. They're being affected by this enormous cleaning and clearing of our karma and our old patterns. So in this situation, it is very important for you to be able to sort through what is yours and what is hers. We always want to go and make things okay, or we want to fix it. And in this situation, in this current condition on planet Earth, we're not going to be able to fix everything. The best thing we can do is to inhale, exhale, forgive ourselves of anything we need forgiven of, and maybe let them go. Okay?
Well, I realize there's a toxicity, and the woman friend that now she's given me good advice about the man friend, and I understand that totally. And I think I'm thinking that this might be a really interesting idea to go over.
Well, I'm just going to say this. You may do whatever you want. Your guides are very, very clear, but you need to let go of the anticipation or the attachment to the outcome, because she may just slam the door in your face. She might not open it, and she might take the flowers and throw them at you. So realize that your intentions are good, but you're only part of this equation, and we're in Scorpio. Scorpio will sting. Okay? So
right. And what about the trip? Should I keep the trip? I mean, I can zero up here.
They feel like you need to wait a little bit longer into the year. Like, I think you're going to have some problems there if you go right away. You need to take care of yourself, honey.
Yeah, I got to gear up here today. I'm going to gear up in a big way, and I'm going to have some hypnotherapy too. I think. Did you say you do that?
I do that. Yes, I do. I do.
I'd like to talk to you later. You know about that, because I definitely have an issue there.
Absolutely. Best thing to do is send me an email. Send it to ReikiOasis@gmail.com. because I'm a super busy girl. And I will get you in if I can. For those people that schedule online, you all know that it can take 1 to 3 months to get in to see me.
Yeah, I need to probably have some consultation immediately,
Yeah.
really, on a couple of different
Yeah.
issues. So
Send me an email, honey, and I'll get back with you.
so
okay?
much, Loretta. Thank you. I'll
Blessings
talk
to
to you later. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you, Kathy.
Yeah, thanks, Kathy, for joining us. Which number are we at today? 888. Sorry, 888-298-5569. I've been running around as well.
It's okay. It's like,
it
what day
makes
is
sense.
it? What show is it?
Totally
Yeah.
is. Totally is. Let's go with Holly. She's calling in from the Mill Creek area. Hi, Holly.
Good morning, Loretta.
Good morning, Holly. Thanks for holding and for you guys calling in. Just be patient. Get yourself in the queue. And if you're in the queue, I will get to you. So thank you. Thanks for waiting. All right, let's shift a little bit. Tell me, how can I help you?
Well, everything that you've said I'm taking in, but I really feel like I'm trapped. Like I just want to burst out and go into my career that I've trained for the last 2 to 3 years it's been, and just can't seem to like get going. Like I wake up with good intentions every day, and then by midday I'm just like bogged down with doubt, fears, relationship issues. But I feel like I self-sabotage, but I really, really every day think, okay, this is the day. And then it's just been going on for a long time, and I'm just over this year and just a lot of drama, and just wondered what you might see going on.
Yeah. It's funny.
I just want to move forward. I want to move forward and get going.
Yeah, your soul is saying, I'm so done with this year. I'm so done with this. Okay. First of all, they're showing me your third chakra, your solar plex, right? And this is the center of our willpower and our strength, our courage. And so you're collapsed in a little bit there. So yes, you have very good intentions. I actually think your vision of what it is that you came to do on planet Earth is you're in alignment with that. You know where you're at, which is not where you want to be, but you're having trouble, as you just said, in the gap. And I'm just laying it out for the listeners. So many people get stuck between where I'm at, what my vision is, and then, oh my goodness, we have what we call action steps to get to the other side. And this takes tenacity. It takes the stomach to do it. Are you following me? Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. And so when we feel trapped and we're like, oh my goodness, I have to break out of here, that is your soul, that's your heart, your intuitive heart, that's your guides and angels. Everything is niggling you, going, it's time now, let's break out. So the thing that you have to take a look at is, and I'll ask you this, do you have a step-by-step action plan of how to get from where you're at to where you want to go?
Well, it seems like it's always money that's holding me back to getting where I want to go, and then
that's it.
Kind of trapped in this relationship. I feel like there's so many pieces of this pie, and I'm in the middle, and I don't even know where to get rid of some of this pie.
Yeah,
you know.
Get it. Thank you. That's a perfect answer. So money and a relationship, and you're not in harmony with either of those two items, right?
No.
So when we are trying to create, because this is what you're doing, you're in a process of trying to manifest something, and then you just keep coming up against your old ways of being. I'm going to give you a sort of a carte blanche statement, which is true. We have to do our 2%, and the minute we step forward, we're going to run into our blocks, right? What I call the anti-intentions. And as long as we keep going forward, the guides and angels are going to step in with magic. So first things first. Every morning when you get up, you need to take yourself and have a 5 to 10 minute time with yourself. And it can be in the evening too, but pick a time. They're saying the morning because by the evening you're done with energy, apparently. So you start your day, even if you're sitting in the car, and you exhale and you breathe into your heart and you ask your guides and angels to connect with you through your heart. And I want to remind you, you're a being of light. You are divine living in a human body. And as you breathe into the light, shining out of your heart. You want to just allow that light to spread through your body. And even if you can't see your guides or know they're there or whatever, you just begin with imagining they're there, or as I say, pretending. Now, it's the way in. Realize that they're already bathing you with light and love, and then from the heart of God, divine, whatever your idea is of that,
Right.
let light, rays of streams of grace and rivers of light shine down on and around you. Then what I want you to do is I want you to begin to write on a piece of paper. So you got to have a little notebook. Thank you
Okay.
so much that I am now living the life of my dreams. Thank you so much that I have, 10 million bucks in the bank or whatever it is you want to say, right? And you're writing gratitudes as though you already have it. You write gratitudes as though you already have it. And then what you do is you close your eyes and you imagine the life of your dream. As you're doing that, I want you to focus on feelings. I don't want the particulars. I want the feelings. And as you tap into those feelings, I want you to begin to wonder, where in your life do you already have those feelings? Somewhere along the line, you've had a moment of feeling abundant. Somewhere along your life, you have had some money, or it felt so good to pay those bills. Somewhere along your life, you felt loved, even if it was loved by yourself or your dog, right? And
Right.
you focus on those. So the idea is that you're going to begin to pull into now time and connect with any aspects of that future you want in now time. And why are you doing that? Because the more you feel that now, the more that will collect more of itself to itself. And your guides and angels and the universe and all that is will begin to go, oh, I guess she wants to feel happy because she's doing it right now. And so we're going to do our job to bring to her what she says will make her happy, so she feels happier more. Or, oh, I guess she wants some money, right? Like I'm ridiculous. Like if I find an angel penny on the ground, I'm like, thank you. And I show it to them and I go, see this penny? I want more of those, like, like a million of those, right? Just keep those coming, right? So gratitude, realizing that you are not alone, you are being assisted, and then you keep going. It's one toe step at a time. It might be 3 steps forward and 2 toe steps back, and realize, and this is really what your guides want you to know, your goal is in alignment with your life path, with your soul path. It is. It is not the wrong direction to go. As we begin to move toward what we are so deeply desiring, there will be fallout. Those things that were a part of this current life, that are not a part of our higher frequency life, will fall out. And we will get into trouble if we try to hang on to them too long. Fortunately or unfortunately, this beautiful energy that we're in right now is not going to let people hang on to things too long, right? There's going to be some manifestation in the life, like bad health, or you get thrown out of a job, or the relationship's blowing up, something like that, to bring your full attention to it. When we are being given the divine opportunity to face our stuff, none of us like it, and everybody always thinks they've done something wrong, and in reality, you're being given that opportunity and that support to directly face that problem, to exhale, step into it with your full self, and strengthen. Come from a place of strength, even if your knees are knocking. Does that help you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, good. And then I would recommend that you get some rose quartz. If you don't have any rose quartz, get some rose quartz and wear it close to your heart, even if you got to put it inside your undies, right? Right? or get a rose quartz necklace or something and hang it down, over the heart center, and begin to feed that heart of yours and give yourself some strength. And then ground. You got to be grounded. Don't be flying around. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot of information. Yeah. And thank you so much for calling in. Blessings to you. You're going to be fine, by the way. You've got a big year of transition ahead. It's going to be great.
I feel it coming.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You're morphing. You're going to come out different. Yeah.
Okay, great.
All right. Blessings and love to you.
Yeah, thanks very much for joining Loretta Brown's show. If you'd like to join us, 888-298-5569. Again, it conveniently spells out KKNW, 888-298-5569. Let's take a quick little break. Wet
We
your
will.
whistle over there.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back with more.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm newly calibrated.
Did you know that Reiki healing can be done at a distance? It's true. So let Reiki Oasis focus powerful energy to help relieve your stress, grief, sadness, anger, and so much more. Convenient, personalized treatments at a distance can increase lightness of being. During your appointment, find a quiet place to lie down or sit to receive healing energies. If you want help with your dis-ease, visit ReikiOasis.com. Harness life's energy. Visit ReikiOasis.com today.
Alternative Talk 1150. We're on your radio at 1150 a.m. We're on your HD radio at 98.9 Channel 3.
So many ways to listen.
We're on the web at 1150kknw.com, streaming live audio and video as well as MP3 archives of many of our shows.
So many ways to listen.
And now, we're on your smartphone or tablet. Download our free app in the Apple App Store or Google Play and take Alternative Talk 1150 anywhere you go.
So many ways to listen.
The average time a resume spends on an HR manager's desk is 7 seconds, and most of them are tossed aside. Now imagine if one of those resumes belonged to Yasmin, who was
living in a shelter, juggling 3 jobs. I had to be resilient. That's something that you can't teach.
or if that resume was from someone who
worked 12-hour shifts at the recycling company with my dad, who's 72. That taught me a work ethic that I carry with me every day.
we rely so much on a resume, yet it could never tell the full story of someone.
Growing up where I did, a lot of things could have gotten in the way of my goals. But I learned to push through, and that's what I bring to work every day.
So maybe it's time we look beyond the resume and look to Grads of Life. Discover new ways to develop great talent that are so much more than what's on paper at gradsoflife.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Grads of Life and the Ad Council.
Some people know a good thing when they hear it. Alternative Talk 1150.
Oh, I'm newly calibrated, all shiny and clean. I'm your recent adaptation. Time to redefine me. Let the word out. I've got to get out. Oh, I'm feeling better now. Break the news out. I've got to get out. Oh, I'm feeling better now.
Welcome back to the original Loretta Brown Show, and I am the owner of Reiki Oasis, located right here in beautiful Bellevue, Washington, which is the east side of Seattle. You can find out more about me at ReikiOasis.com, and you can schedule anything and everything at schedule.ReikiOasis.com. And once again, if you want to go to Egypt with me, I still have a few places left and on the trip, and it's going to be awesome. We're going February 19 through March 4. You will have the most amazing time
On a
if you
yacht.
come. I know, it's a private yacht.
It's on a yacht.
I know. We're looking at food menus. I know.
On a yacht.
On a yacht. We do ride camels, by the way, and we go to the temples. No, we don't ride the camels on the yacht.
Definitely not.
But there's actually a hot tub on the yacht. Yep. I'm just saying.
Sweet.
I know. There
All
is. So we have open mic day today if you want to call in for some messages from your guides and angels. You want some help, give us a call, 425-373-5527 or 1-888-298-5569. Dial the number now.
Boop, boop, bop, bop, beep, beep, beep.
I know.
And Louise has done that from Bellevue. Hi, Louise.
Hey,
Oh, hi. Hi.
Louise, you made it on.
Oh, God.
Oh, my
wonderful. Oh, I'm so
goodness.
thrilled to be
Oh.
able to talk with you, Loretta.
Thank you. I think you held for like 25 minutes, so good angel kisses to you already.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Oh, my.
Oh,
You know,
wow. You got stuff going on. Honey, talk to me. Yeah.
well, either of these two things, whatever you prefer. But my son, I have two sons, and one lost his life about a year ago, August, by flying. He was flying his plane, and something was definitely wrong, and he was forced to land it, and he didn't survive. And I would like to know if you connect, or if there's any message that he would like to give me, or anything around that. And then the other would be it would be wonderful to have my guides or angels to assess my health condition. I'm 81. And just body, mind, spirit, anything that I could do to improve my status.
Oh, yeah. Wow. What is your son's name?
Scott.
How old was he when he passed?
About 54, 54, 55. I'm not even sure. I don't remember correctly here myself. I think it's 54.
That's okay. He actually was coming through as you were beginning to talk. That's why I went, oh.
Oh, my.
Yeah. So hang on just a second. It's interesting. He's showing up as a younger man, which I think's interesting. And he is, number one, he wants you to know, he's kind of showing me the inside of the plane.
He's, number one, he's showing you what?
The inside of the plane.
Oh, yes.
When he was flying, he's showing me the controls and his hands on the wheel. So give me just a moment to see what it is he's trying to say to you.
Oh, my.
Oh, he wants you to know. Oh, hang on. I got goosebumps. He wants you to know that it was a graceful transition. A graceful transition. He wants you to know that. And
good.
He's showing me that he saw his angels like they're there and lifting him out of his body before anything
my goodness.
terrible happened. So this is, he really wants you to know this.
Oh, that helps me very much.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
And he observed everything from a elevated position.
Oh, my.
Looking down, and says that it took him a while to figure out what had happened.
Yes.
Like, hey, what's going on? And who are you, illuminated beings of
Yes.
light, right? But he wants you to know that he is in a beautiful space. He kind of hung around for a little bit, right? He comes and goes, and he does visit you. He can see you from where he's at, and but I'm seeing all kinds of flowers and beautiful place where he is on the other side. And there's been a lot of healing work done with him on the other side. So I don't know if his life was problematic or whatnot, but he just wants you to know that he is happy and joyful and good, and he does see you. He does see you. But that was his big message. It was graceful.
Yes, that's very helpful. That's wonderful. Oh, I'm so glad that you brought that message through.
Did he ever have a dog? I'm seeing a dog. So,
a dog. I don't know.
Okay.
I know they had a dog. He and his fiance had a dog, I think, but that dog is still living.
Yeah, no, this dog has passed to the other side. So
yeah, I don't know much about that. He could have had another dog.
Yeah.
Does he have any message for any of his family?
Behave yourself.
Behave myself. Is that the message for kids?
As for you said the rest of the family, not you.
Yeah.
For you, he just wants you to know he loves you and always loved you. So that's a good message.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
He has 3 children and a fiance that are coping with his loss, as best they can.
Yeah. Well, he does want all of you to know that he does come and go, and he does a very supportive thing from the other side, and he's sorry he's gone, by the way.
Sure. He's very supportive of them on the other side.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, my. See, that would be him.
Yeah.
He was
very
he
concerned.
was a very important contributor to Disney.
Oh.
In awesome ways.
Okay.
He was he was a creative genius, actually.
Wow.
There.
Well,
anyway,
it's hard to.
He probably is continuing in that area.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I'm thrilled to know he's doing okay.
Yeah.
He's saying that he visits, and that's whatever is for his path is what, of course, we want.
Yeah.
Nothing to hold him, but to glorify his place there now.
Yes.
That I'm so glad that he's doing okay.
Yeah,
he's
he
doing
is.
well.
Like I said, it's very colorful there, which tells me that he's very active, and he is brilliant in his the way he shows up. He's full of life. I know that sounds like like that's he's on the other side, but he's very busy over there and doing a lot to help promote whatever it is he did here. And then, like I said, he's very, very close to the family and does what he can.
Oh, my.
Now, a quick message to you from your guides about your health. The first thing they're telling me is you're dehydrated. You need to drink more water.
Oh, okay.
Okay, very much so. And watch your diet. So I don't know what you're eating or what you're doing, but they're just saying just be a little bit more healthy. And if you can get outside, even if you're just sitting outside or staring out the window, be sure to utilize the energy of nature.
Okay.
To help stabilize you and make you a little stronger. Your body is a little bit toxic. So
interesting. And I'm surprised about that because I don't eat a lot. I'm very conscious of healthy food and prepare it and everything, but that's okay. I can do better.
It might not be so much from you as it is from the food. So always bless the food. It's an easy thing to do, but I do it all the time. Just hold your hands over the food or
bless the food.
Bless the food. And what I do when I bless the food is I say, I ask that this food be as healthy as possible for me and that it matches my own cellular structure. That sounds odd, but it can happen. And so then you wait a minute and, then you eat it and it changes everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. And would you suggest I have a visit with you for any? I've been to you twice, and it was awesome each time.
You can always
I'll be
come.
back. I want to come back. Now,
you can
but is
always.
there anything specific that I should address sooner than later? I mean, not later, but I mean, that's standing out.
Yeah, they're saying only if you want to do some past life healing work, which might be reaching across to you. And best thing to do is either send me an email, send it to ReikiOasis@gmail.com, and or go to the scheduler because it will be a little ways out.
Sure.
Yeah.
I will do that. All right.
Thank you so much, honey.
Thank you. Thank you as always.
Blessings. Bye now.
Sweet job. Thanks, Louise, for calling in from Bellevue. Let's run up to Redmond. We have Jennifer now joining us. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hi.
Yeah. Nice to talk to you this morning. So.
Yeah, thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, how can we help you?
Well, I was wondering if I had any message from my guides this morning.
Just a carte blanche statement? You don't have anything specific you want to ask?
Well, I'd like to know if things are going to get easier.
Yeah, because they were saying, they're showing me the road ahead before you even said anything. They're showing me the road ahead. And they want you to know there's a little bit of a tangle right here. Looks like you're in the bramble bushes. A little bit bramble, but be careful in there. Don't thrash around too much because it'll make it worse. So yes, and let me just be with the road ahead for a moment. They want you to have hope, is exactly what they're saying. Almost as though if you could imagine that right above your head and slightly in front of you is a beautiful ball of light or a sun, a guiding light. Let the light guide you forward. And it's, as funny as it sounds, imagine that it's shining on you like if you were looking up at the sun and the sun is shining on your face and your heart, and let the warmth of that melt into you so that you feel comfortable. You feel more comforted. And then they're suggesting you lean back slightly and let them support you and kind of move you forward. So whatever it is, they are wanting to help you clear the path ahead because it's like a jungle trail or something. And underneath that, and it doesn't look to me like this is going to last too long, this tangly part. And even the minute that we're talking about it, like right now, they're already paying attention to what it is that you want to have happen. Now, here's something for you and for many, many people. Even though we have angels and guides and God and all of that, and they know all about us, believe it or not, they want us to ask for help. And they want us to be specific. So don't be afraid to tell them, hey, I've got this thing, and I'd really like some help with that thing. And then talk all about it with them. Tell them how you feel emotionally and mentally and spiritually, and never assume at any moment that they're just going to do things. Ask them, because they like to work with us and through us. Yeah, they really do. So they want you to just have hope and loosen your throat chakra a little bit. Don't be quite so tight in the throat and the jaw and the chest, and there's trust issues in there too. Like, will it be okay? They say, yes, absolutely, it will be okay. So just a little bit of a narrow part of the path, and then I see beautiful things coming up for you. So keep moving forward without being more specific. Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. Thank you very much.
They love you very, very much, and you should buy yourself flowers.
I love doing that.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye now.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling in.
All right, thanks very much. Let's see here. 888-298-5569 is the number for the original Loretta Brown Show. We have a couple lines open left and about 10 minutes left in the show, so get in while you can. We'll take now Mary from Chicago. Hi, Mary.
Hi, how you doing today?
Hi, I'm excellent. How are you, Mary?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited. I was out walking my my little hound girl here, and usually I listen to another show, Mr. Mayor, and you were on, and I'm like, I probably don't have a snowball chance of getting on, but I'm going to call anyway and see. So, and then the nice gentleman asked if I had anything specific, and I was like, no, just whatever comes through. But the honest answer would be like, yes, I have questions about everything and too much to go into. So
yeah.
I was wondering what you had.
Your guides, first of all, are talking about your heart and your abdominal area, right? And they're just kind of tapping into, let me just take a look at your energy field for a moment. You look pretty good. They are just, I think what they're doing is they're honing into the sources of your concerns, right? When we're concerned about things, we often hold the anxiety, the fear, the worry, the chewing of it in parts of our body. So that's where they're showing me that it's kind of accumulating in through those areas of the body. And so do make sure that you're doing things. I love the fact you were walking. It's a really, really good thing. And with your little hound, as you say, because I believe animals can help us more than anything to be able to feel a little bit more comfortable. Now, they're asking, do you have a specific question without needing to go into your eternal history?
Yes, I'm at a crossroads. And that has been a central theme for a real long time. So I've been working very hard in many areas of my life, but not really landing anywhere. Recently, after a lot of study, years long, I've completed end-of-life doula training. And so I'm embarking on the actual practicum part of that training. And, it's a huge responsibility, quite an honor. And I have to say that I'm surprised that I'm a little frightened about taking this next step.
Yes, I understand that totally. Okay, first of all, it's like you're talking about this end-of-life doula thing, and they're throwing confetti around going, yes, 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 yes. And we so need this right now, Mary. I cannot even begin to tell you how badly we need this on planet Earth, right? Nobody wants to look at death. Nobody wants to look at the transition. These people they're getting on a plane and they're flying someplace and they're not coming back in the form that we know them as. So we need that support. Now, it's normal and natural for you to feel a little afraid. because, you have some past life trauma, right? Like you've tried to step forward into what I call some healing work or supportive work before, and that didn't go so good. And the other thing, and they really want you to get this one, they want you to remember that you're just a vessel. You're not really doing anything, you're just showing up. And your beautiful heart and your beautiful intention to be there at that transitional time, all that does is open everything up for them to work through you. And so you can't do it wrong. You can only do it right, you see? And you will be able to be very successful at this, and you'll be very busy. Right. So transitioning, like if you've been doing one thing and then you're trying to go towards something else, there are times when we're told to just, cut away the old life and just, jump into the new thing completely. But most of the time there is a bit of a transition period where, like you say, you're not done with your training. So you're going to finish that, and then you're going to start to do this on the side. And, this is where you deal with your own fear. So what are you really afraid of, honey?
Basically presenting myself, and it's just, it's the way I'm wired. I've always been really capable of, being the advocate. Of my background's in social services and also education, and that's not an issue when it comes to presenting, and doing the 2-minute elevator speech, because a lot of people get it. It's like it's kind of like this field I'm finding is kind of a microcosm of the macrocosm.
Yeah,
it's
this
like our
is so
political
needed.
structure. People either get it or they don't.
Yeah.
And the
That's
ones
exactly
that
right.
don't get it, I don't want to turn them off to it by trying to explain to them.
Yep.
So I'm really searching for direct links to opportunities.
Yeah. You're gonna be great if you want. Because I went through this. I went from working in the corporate world to doing excessive weird stuff, right? And because I had to step forward with my gifts. And my best advice to you is exactly what you just said. You come up with some short little thing. I'm a death doula. And if people are interested, they'll say, what? And then you just pay attention. If they're not interested, next, you just move on, right? So if you need more help, send me an email, ReikiOasis@gmail.com. I'm glad to answer your questions and help you in any way I can. But you're blessed. You're fantastic. And you've got the beautiful Mother Mary working with you. So
thank you.
Be
I
blessed.
wear her all the time. I actually have a medal, and I don't face it outward.
Yeah.
I face her in towards my heart.
So make sure
And
you've
I've been
got
doing
an
it for
image of her somewhere and put roses by it often. And she just loves you, honey. So much love to you. And thank you for doing this great work on planet Earth.
And thank you for doing what you're doing. You really encouraged me today.
Thank you.
I hate to need it externally sometimes, but we're human. I think we all do.
Oh, yeah, we do need it. So thank Mother Mary for bringing you on.
That's right. Thanks, Mary, too, for calling in. Quickly, real fast, we'll take Cynthia from Issaquah. Hi, Cynthia.
Hi, Cynthia.
Hi, Loretta. Thanks
Hi.
for taking my call.
Yeah, great to talk to you. How can we help you?
So I've been looking for work for the past, I don't know, it's been 2 years now, and your last call just brought up something, but I'm just wondering if I'm supposed to move out of the area, or like the last call you had, she's looking into end of life and hospice work, and I was going to look to do that on the side because it seems like there's no income on level to balance my income. So, because I was in a corporate job and my husband died, I took care of him.
Yeah.
He had stage 4 cancer, and I took care of him for 3 years. And then before that, I took care of my mother when I was very little, and she died.
Yep.
So I do feel calling to the end of life stuff. It's just that the income level and the balance just doesn't seem to be there. So I don't know if I'm supposed to move.
Yes.
Maybe out of this area.
Yes. You're so darling. You're answering all your own questions. Your intuitive heart is already speaking to you very loudly, and your guides are giggling at me. They go, you just need to validate what she's getting. Number one, it is time for you to step into your higher destiny. The things that you have gone through have made it very, very clear that you already were called to do end-of-life work with people. And as far as turning it into a business, yes, it can be a business. And this is where we're being asked, there's this practical energy in the next 7 years that's also merging with our high spiritual calling from our hearts, where to become grounded, to be able to look at your beautiful gifts as an actual job, a way to make a living, and begin to step forward into that. So move forward, they're saying. Move forward one toe step at a time. When things are taken from us, it's usually because they're trying to redirect us. So because of time, I don't have a whole lot more that I can say to you on the air, Cynthia, but please, if you need more help, send me an email, ReikiOasis@gmail.com. Whew. That was great, Benny.
We're all wrapped it up. Let's do
wrapping
this.
it up. Okay, so be careful out there. It is Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, and please use it gently.
Yes.
Drink water. Keep moving forward. And so much love to all of you. That was great fun, and I hope you enjoyed it too. I'll talk to you next week.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host, guests, and callers, and not